we all know Grady Jarrett's sack of Brady wasn't roughing the passer. And we all know that Chris Jones's sack, ripped fumble, and fumble recovery, one of the most athletic moves I've seen from a 300-some-odd pound man. That wasn't roughing. He wasn't roughing Derek Carr. He was sacking him to the ground, made an incredible play, and actually used the offhand, his non-ball carrying hand, which you never say about somebody who's in the process of sacking a quarterback ever, right? He actually used that hand to make sure he didn't put his full body weight on him. That wasn't roughing either.
I think we have an idea which way Sapp's going to lean in this.
I think Sapp's going to want this damn thing reviewed, and I think he's with me as well. These should be reviewed, and just to bring everyone up to speed, I don't mean that a coach gets to throw a challenge flag on it. I'm saying that the NFL already has an eye in the sky from the headquarters of the NFL, where people are looking at games and helping officials spot footballs and save coaches' challenges by reversing immediately called fumbles or reversing immediately called incomplete passes to the other thing and spotting footballs. And we should fold roughing the passer into that. And I'm just genuinely concerned that the folks who make these decisions in the competition committee and the operations office and then maybe ownership, it doesn't understand the enormity of this. And what causes me to feel that lately is just knowing that nothing's going to get changed in the middle of the season in terms of reviewing that. And I understand that that's precedence. They don't want to have a season where 5 weeks was reviewed a certain way and the rest is now reviewed a different way. I get that. But the issue of just not understanding the enormity of it comes from a tweet like Adam Schefter's from today. Put it up on the screen. Adam, our buddy Shefty, tweeting out, a league source said today, quote, "There is no backing down on enforcing rules that are in place to protect the health and safety of players, including quarterbacks, who by rule are considered defensive players when they are in a passing posture," end quote. And I read this and I'm like, hey, I don't know who this person is. I might be very friendly with them, and if I am, I sincerely say with all due respect in advance. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about we want less roughing the passer penalties called. We're talking about we want less roughing the passer penalties that aren't roughing the passer called. That's what we're looking for. Okay?
Good point.
This is what we're asking about. Not saying, oh, you're protecting the quarterback too much. No. And we all understand Jerome Boger and Carl Sheffers, the referees involved, are well-intentioned and are sent onto the field as the first line of protection, is the thin blue line to make sure quarterbacks are not roughed. That's understood. We want to help them not blow the call in front of the whole country, right, leading us to talk about Carl Sheffers' mind-bogglingly unintelligible response as to why he called it roughing the passer instead of the actual remarkable athletic play of a remarkably talented player like Chris Jones. That's all we're asking about. We're not asking for you to call fewer roughing the passer calls. We're asking you to call fewer stupid roughing the passer calls. That's it. And that just gives me concern. Like, you don't get it. You don't get what we're saying and what damage is being caused amongst the fan base who loves this sport and wants it better officiated. That's it. That's what we're asking for. No one's saying call fewer. Fewer have actually been called this year. We just want fewer stupid of them called. Hour 2 coming up. I should come up with a better word than stupid, I guess.
Well, I mean, it is.
Absurd.
It is kind of
nonsensical, ridiculous.
Nonsensical.
Game-altering, maddening, infuriating. We want fewer of those.
Yeah, I mean, all the above.
So when I hear it's just like, I don't think anybody's calling out the NFL's lack of desire to protect quarterbacks.
Yeah, no one's saying
that might be a response to the whole Tua situation.
Maybe, but no one wants to go back to the 80s when jacked up and, just like flying through the air, concussion city. It's like we just want our eyes aren't letting us down. We see the play. We know that's not roughing. Why is it flagged?
Right. Because the officials thought it was roughing in real time and are tuned to protect the quarterbacks and err on that side of of the equation rather than the getting it right side of the equation. And they think in the real time they are getting it right, to the point where they look at a pool reporter and look at them and say, yes, I'm the only person in America right now who feels this way.
Right.
You know?
They can't believe everyone is disagreeing with that.
What do you mean I got it wrong? Are you serious? Yeah, we're serious. You blew it.
Right.
And it's infuriating. And it causes fans to think you're on a take even. I mean, that's another aspect of this to try and make sure we get this right. And the way I'm saying is it's refs helping refs. Refs with the ability to color ref, pick up the flag. That's all we're asking for.